faithlessness to me. You harlot!
All the violence of angry seas. The unseen forces of the unknown. The unforgettable memories of a long-forgotten childhood. All these you will feel in your very blood.
Do you know where you are, Bartholomew? You are about to enter hell.
Against me. Giants were coming at me from all directions. But was I afraid? Not old King Cole. With one mighty stroke of my trusty sword, I slew them all. The door! Answer the door! Methinks my royal subjects are not as brave as their brave king. I'll answer the door. Who's there?
Help! Help! Let me in! Help!
Well, what's your name?
I'm Felix the Cat. Who are you?
I'm old King Cole, the merry old soul, and not afraid of anything.
Not even lightning?
Not even lightning. Why, I remember one storm when 10,000 bolts of lightning
Methinks yon royal braggart is unusually windy today.
Sounded in my ear.
He giveth me a royal pain in the neck.
Of wild elephants. But was I afraid? Not old King Cole. I'm not afraid of anything.
Get off the air.
What was that?
Ghost!
I don't believe in ghosts.
Neither do we.
What sayest we take the wind out of yon windbag?
Let's give him to White. Come on, fellers.
Talk, brag, brag, brag. Talking, bragging, always growing, yeah, 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 yeah. You talk too much, you never shut up, you talk too much, yeah, 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 yeah. You're talking all the time. You brag too much, much, you never shut up, you brag too much. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're bragging, 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 bragging all the time.
We'll take the wind out of this windbag.
I was surrounded by 1,000 lions, but was I afraid? Not me.
Now we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see if he can take it.
Now we'll give you a dose of your own medicine.
But was I afraid? Not old King Gold. Dropping the wildcat, I grabbed my pocket knife and switched at the knife. He charged toward me. Take it away! Take it away! I'll never do it again! Take it away! I can't stand it! 49 elephants. Plying my knife to left and right, and leaving a trail of wounded beasts in my wake. By the time we reached the middle of the desert, there were only 3 elephants left. I caught them all 3 at once. Am I afraid? Not me. I'm not afraid of anything. One day I will my horse. My arms. Just strangled with my bare hand. Suddenly, sounded in my ears. Looking ahead, I saw the wild elephant. Dropping the wildcat, I grabbed my pocket knife and switched at the leader. He charged toward me, prepared to run through with his tusks. But was I afraid?
Hooray! We win!
Beaten by the might of the fearless King Kong. I'm not afraid of anything. You said it. Well, we show them who's boss around here. We're not afraid of anything, we're not afraid at all. We're not afraid of anything, we're not afraid at all. My boy, for your bravery in protecting your king, I crown thee Prince Felix.
We're not afraid, are we?
Not old King Cole.
Not Felix the cat.
The ghost will carry you to the depths of hell's horror.
I can't go on being the devoted nurse and the loving wife. You've got to put an end to it, Charles. I can't even bear to touch him.
They played with the burning fires of illicit passions, while he dallied with the devil himself.
Be quick, give me the antidote. Please, Charles.
Is he alive or dead? Is he a corpse or the ghost? From beyond the veil he speaks and rides unseen to mark this house with the black sign of death. They knew the terror of fear.
Stop it! Stop it! Shut up!
And the frenzy of limitlessly indulging their lusts and until the ghost turned their love into the violence of avaricious hate.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Friday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, and you made it, everybody. The end of the week is here. You can finally chill out, relax. We made it, and now it's time to kick back like we always do, watching some good old classic public domain horror. So welcome everyone. I see we've already got a lively crew here. Alana, Thomas. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna vocalize that. Toast, Wayne, of course, Tina. I hope everybody's doing well tonight, and as you know, anybody else trickles in, I'll try to catch ya. But I hope everybody is doing well tonight, and I see, I know a few of you are coming over from last week where we had a really good time with the raid. The Drunk Review brought all of their friends from the Double Feature Drive-In, and they hung out with us last week as we watched a good old-fashioned mystery with the Rogues Tavern. And so happy to see some of you back again this week as we get into another classic public domain horror movie, as we explore everything that niche has to offer, as we've done for the past few years. And we're happy to have more people to go on this journey with us. So everybody that's just joining us tonight, you guys, a very lively bunch, and in the chat, I always love that. So happy to have you guys here with me tonight as we get into our 6th episode of our 12th season. So the way that I break it up is I do 10 movies a season. So if you're keeping score at home, by the end of this season, that'll be 120 movies that we've watched. Again, if you didn't even know that there were that many, there are, and there's plenty more where that came from. But we're chugging our way through this season. It's going by pretty fast, gotta say. But we're doing it up right. We're getting a nice variety of things. Older movies, newer movies. I like to go back and forth with it, switch it up. So happy to kind of go in a different direction tonight, because we don't always, most of our films are from the United States. We don't get too many international films. But when we do, it's always a treat because there's always special stuff to talk about. And tonight's film, especially, but as you can see, there is a programming change tonight. We were originally scheduled to watch The Ghost, which was the trailer that brought us out of our pre-roll there. Luckily, the Drunk Review let us know that there's some copyright issues claim issues on YouTube with that particular title. And so if we would have tried to live stream it, we would have been interrupted and we would have had to go to, just been on Twitch. And I thought about still sticking with the Ghost and just like starting here and then going to Twitch, but that didn't seem fair because I know not everybody wants to make the move to Twitch. So I said, you know what? I'll just pick another Barbara Steele Italian Gothic horror movie because there's plenty in the public domain to choose from, much to our benefit. So tonight, instead of the Ghost, we're Ghost, Ghost sounds good, but how can you top Nightmare Castle, which is the movie that we're going to be watching tonight from 1965. This is Gothic horror, like straight up. As far as I know, I have not seen this. It's not like a thriller giallo. I don't think it's set in the present time. I'm pretty sure it's a period piece. Barbara Steele did a lot of Italian Gothic horror films, as we'll talk about tonight. I'm sure a lot of you guys know. Wayne listed one right there. She's been in a lot, but we're going to be getting into Barbara Steele's career tonight. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's kind of more faceted than I knew about. And so I found out some interesting things about her career in my research today. So we'll talk about that. And of course, we'll talk about Italian horror films because that's, we've had a few on this show. Like I said, we don't get too many international films, but we've had a handful of Italian horror films that we've gotten to watch here. So we're excited. And yeah, as Sears points out, Barbara Steele, you can't go wrong. And again, I mean, she's much more than a pretty face. We'll talk about it tonight. That's kind of the, her career kind of is very like, it's complex. Let's put it that way. And her relationship with these horror movies that she did is complex. But we'll be getting into that tonight. And yeah, we'll be having a good time with it. So very excited for Nightmare Castle. And again, I don't have any special cocktail to pair with this. My co-host is still on his sabbatical, still celebrating the wonderful little addition to his family. And so I'm just gonna be chilling on some Michelobes and enjoying this Barbara Steele movie, which I haven't seen. And I'll go ahead and make a confession to you guys. I haven't really seen any of her straight up. I haven't seen Black Sunday, which I know is we'll talk about Black Sunday later, don't worry. But that's kind of the big one. I haven't seen it. I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't sat down and watched it all the way through. Haven't seen any of the other straight up Gothic ones. There's one that we'll talk about later, which we've actually shown here on this program in the past. We'll talk about that later. Again, one of the beauties of this show is the way that whatever movie we're watching seems to connect to 5 to 10 other movies that we've watched on this show previously. So we've got some of those fun connections tonight. And yeah, right. If when Evan's not here to make a schlock tale, that's when it's up to Kathy and the rest of you guys to get creative and make your own schlock tales. I'm just not as creative as Evan. I just can't whip up these concoctions without usually whipping up something that's doesn't taste very good. So I leave that up to the master. But so when he gets back, we'll have to have him do like 3 cocktails a movie. We'll have to do some crazy to make up for lost time. But yeah, I mean, this is, if you've seen any Italian horror, but Italian Gothic horror, these movies are kind of exemplified by the cinematography, and especially when it's a black and white film like we have tonight. The way that they play with light and shadow, chiaroscuro, all that, those fun things. Yeah, Joe, that's right. Exactly. You know, you don't even want to see what Barbara Steele looks like when she's fighting other people for her holiday shopping needs. Yeah, I think that again, if you know about Barbara Steele, like as a horror movie actress, she's, even if you haven't seen too many of her movies, that face, she's a very like striking image, which was kind of a blessing and a curse for her. And you know, I mean, I pinched myself for not having like looked into her more earlier, but excited to get into that tonight. And this movie is a little bit on the longer side, and I kind of so I won't waste too much time yapping your head off. We'll get into it. But I will say that I struggled on what version of this to show, because again, most international films, there's multiple cuts depending on what country it was produced in, and if there's a version that that is cut for US distribution or French distribution. You know, other different countries may have their own cut. And so the cut that is traditionally seen of Nightmare Castle, the PD cut, is about 30 minutes shorter than the uncut version. So, you know, I was like, well, you know, we're PD, we go like hard PD, and you know, so I thought about it, I was like, you know, a lot of what's uploaded is the complete version. Those are like, there's a whole bunch of them on YouTube. So I feel like you guys, you know, it's always a struggle for me when I'm picking a movie and I've got that option of, do I choose the PD rough around the edges cut, or do I choose the cut that's more pristine, but maybe kind of is a little bit, you know, because it's a little bit more of a legal gray area. Like, the courts haven't really ruled on like if a restoration or like a derivative is or isn't. It's complicated. That's why this is so public domain is a whole freaking thing. But I think it's good that we're watching this version, and it's under a different title, which escapes me at the moment, but we'll see shortly. So very excited for Nightmare Castle. And I think without further ado, we'll just go ahead and get into it right now. There's some interesting credits on this. At least one Oscar winner, whose name you may see in the credits here. We'll see if you can spot it, if you don't already know. Night of the Doomed. That's and we've seen some of these actors before. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, Thomas, that is a fact I'm going to get to later that I was like stunned by today. I did not know. I was like, had to cross-reference it to make sure, because I was like, is that true? It is. We'll get it. And there it is. Ennio Morricone, Oscar winner. This is his first horror movie score, actually. And Alec Grunwald is actually a pseudonym for the director who's also the co-writer, Mario. Not good with pronunciations, guys.
At this rate, you'll destroy all the frogs in the entire county, my dear.
I asked you before not to come down to my laboratory while I'm busy with my experiments.
Oh, he's got experiments. Look out. This is already
If
promising.
these animals could speak, they'd have something to say about your tastes.
This always happens when you permit yourself to overindulge in your brandy. You are trying to provoke me, but this is not the moment, dear.
You're leaving for the Edinburgh Congress with a lot of fanatical good-for-nothings like yourself, I suppose.
Don't you ever dare to speak to me like that, Muriel.
Oh, Stephen, you mustn't mind if I care about your going away so frequently.
That's right, Thomas.
After all, I'm your wife.
What else did he do?
And I'd like to spend the night with you.
He did a bunch of giallo scores for Argento and Fulci. Exorcist 2.
Oh,
If there's any Exorcist 2 fans.
So you saw everything. You even enjoyed it, I presume, didn't you?
I am too old for that sort of thing, Baroness. I only wanted to ask the doctor his orders regarding the luggage. It's so late, and it's a long journey.
I'm coming now.
So old. Nice.
It's time to go.
Yeah, no Kathy tonight, maybe. Sad. Sad. That's right, Thomas. Yep. If his face looks familiar, we did see him last season in Lady Frankenstein. I had the trailer for that later.
Already? A storm is threatening this evening. I shall be worried about you. When will you be back?
I intend to stay only a couple of days in Edinburgh.
There may
You know,
be
I
some
can't
truth
bear
to
to be
that,
without
Sears.
you
We'll
very
talk
long.
about that at the break.
Bon voyage, Stephen.
Sleep well, Muriel.
Yes, I'll go to bed straight away. I'll do my best to dream about you.
She's lying. Oh, the most reliable form of travel.
He's been left in the stable too long. The drive will do him good.
You're going to have trouble getting that thing started
eyes
if
open,
you
David.
don't keep it running it
I
every day.
entrust my wife's safety to you.
Those new plants that just arrived today, sir, shall I leave them outside?
Put them in the greenhouse, but look after them. They need a lot of water.
I'll see to it, sir. Have a good journey.
Don't you touch my horse like that. There you go, Sears. Straight from the horse's mouth. I mean, but it is true. I mean, she was dubbed in everything, and I mean it. Not to get it too much into it now, but I mean it kind of makes sense in terms of just the practicalities of shooting an international feature that's going to need multiple soundtracks anyway. Dig into that later. That's right, Thomas. We've seen Helga in at least one movie. Oh, we've seen Helga in 2 movies, actually. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, this is very Morricone right now. Yep, give him a little skin. This is 1965 after all. That's true, Alana. I mean, even in like that, right there on the steps. Trying to just get the shadows as stark as possible. Toast approves. And Romart's in the house, right? She's obviously, as you can see right here, she's irresistible.
I thought he would never go, that devil.
Oh, poor Stephen. You know I don't like you to talk about him that way.
Why? Do you still love him? You're just making a fool of me.
It's you I love.
Wow.
I'm going to rid you of your vulgar ways and replace them with others much more subtle and refined.
I don't understand you.
It doesn't matter.
Whoa, that's a bending over. All right. It's hot. They're into the kinky stuff.
No, not here. Solange's room is too near. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go to the greenhouse. It's nicer there.
The greenhouse? What? The place made entirely of windows where everyone can see you. That's where you want to go have this illicit makeout sesh. Yeah, it's... Well, we need to speculate on some theories about it later, Romarts, about, you know, the dubbing of her voice. Because it's an interesting thing to talk about in her career, which we'll get into at the break. That's a huge greenhouse. You know, I think we can switch. You think switch maybe? I mean, we can, you know, we can try to play it as it lies and see if we can. Oh, he played him for fools. What is that? Somebody signaling him? I mean, I think, uh-oh. He's going to come in there meaning business. Oh, I hope we didn't get a strike. Let me know if we get cut off again. I hope that we don't. I think we'll be all right. But who knows? I got to make sure I'm talking. Got to make sure that they can't hear the audio really, and maybe that'll help. So we just got to keep it lively. Oh my God, they are going at it, and he's sneaky. He's gonna take him out. Yeah. I mean, the cinematography in this greenhouse, amazing. I gotta say, they've been had. Dang, yep. That's some significant gore for... Oh, okay. We're still here. Great. I didn't have to switch.
No!
All right.
No!
We back.
No!
Fuck that shit.
You had your revenge? Why don't you kill me? Kill
Sorry.
both of us!
We're moving now.
I will kill you, you dart, you! You and your filthy friends!
But death, my dear, must come to you only after I've torn from your bodies all the suffering and pain a human being can stand. And you don't know yet how long it takes to die of pain.
Damn, that's a threat. God, such crazy stuff with the YouTubes. Should have known. Oh no, what is he gonna do? He already messed that guy up. Not too far, Kathy. Like maybe 5. We got like 5 to 8 minutes tops in. And yeah, and it's a long movie. So my breaks won't be very long, I can tell you that. Dang. He's a sadist. Dang, is he starving her? Uh-oh. It's some kind of a trap.
A sip. Just a sip. I'm dying, Stephen.
Oh my God, he's damn brutal. Saw that one coming from a mile away.
Oh, you're a monster. You don't know the hate I have inside. If you could see it, you would be terrified. You would kill me at once. But even by killing me, you can't free yourself from my hatred, Stephen Arrowsmith. You can kill my body.
Yeah, Admiral.
But I'll never leave you in peace. Never. Never.
I'm not afraid of the dead. Corpses are destined to rot and fertilize the earth.
I can still hurt you while I'm alive, Stephen. You thought you would inherit everything if I died, didn't you? My castle, all my wealth, so that you could continue your dirty experiments. But you've made a tremendous mistake, you know, Stephen. Do you understand that? Because I made a new will after I realized what a vile, perverted monster I married.
Got him.
I made a new will in which I bequeathed everything through good hands to my stepsister, Jenny. Ha! You didn't expect that, did you, Stephen? That I'd leave everything to that simpering idiot.
Wow, got her.
I would spare you both in exchange for that will. You could go away.
Bullshit.
Together, free.
Don't believe him. Once he has obtained what he wants, he'll kill us just the same. How can you trust such a monster?
Silence, you stupid pig!
That's the bad side of his face already. He keeps hitting him in that one spot.
Well, do you agree?
No. No! No!
Everything to her stepsister, to that irresponsible idiot. So it's all been for nothing. You can't kill her now.
They were in it
you
together.
Must let her
She
live.
was the one shining the light
I
at
have
the window.
no intention of doing so.
Why do you think I have helped you? Just to pamper your jealousy and your twisted instincts? You are wrong. I wouldn't risk the gallows for so little. I want my share. You promised it to me.
Solange is going to get what's hers.
And that is exactly what will happen. I shall not give up my revenge. You must not forget that Muriel alive would be too great a danger for me and for you. No. No one will ever discover how my wife died. And Jenny will inherit everything. But Jenny is mad, and that is a well-known fact. What can she do with all that money? Her place is in a lunatic asylum, while I shall discover the secret that man has been looking for since the beginning of time.
The secret of life? Is this a Frankenstein thing?
You will get your reward. A reward that will be more precious to you than all the wealth in the world.
And make her beautiful again? You know he's got to be drinking something like absinthe or something like crazy. That's yeah, I don't like doing dishes either, but yeah, I just don't leave it where it lies, you know. I just don't. That's certainly a choice. Absent, yeah, yeah. Kathy knows.
Now you'll see. Now you'll feel what I felt.
Oh no.
No! No!
Leave her alone! Leave her alone! You beast, you! Muriel! Please! I can't stand it!
It's
Go away!
right
Muriel!
here.
Muriel!
You know. Jeez. Yeah, it was on him. See, that's the thing. It got to be big yikes on him. Scumbag.
No! Oh! 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 Help me! Oh!
Ooh, Jesus Christ. What is he? Is that acid? Oh, that is diabolical. Just one of many in this castle. What? What are those? Those electrodes? Is he gonna shock him? Yep. Oh no. Oh my god. Nice. Oh, we got the bed and everything. Now he can use them in his experiments. Nice. What has he got? Heart, a brain, some nondescript organ. Hard to tell. Putting them in the old pizza oven. That's not my meat lover's pizza. Yeah, it's this guy seems like he's just waiting to have his Frankenfurter breakout moment.
You're home, Jenny. You didn't expect it to be so big. Hampton Castle is the largest in the county. I'm sure you'll feel at home here. And this is Solange. She'll look after you and be useful to you in many ways.
Did he say useful or youthful?
Welcome home, Miss Hampton.
Miss Hampton? But she is my wife, the second Mrs. Arrowsmith.
Oh my God.
Just married this
I'm sorry, Mrs. Aerosmith?
Yes, certainly.
Come
in, Mrs.
How about you guys walk this way? I know that's the low-hanging fruit.
Is something wrong?
No. You forgot to carry me over the threshold. They say it brings good luck.
Do you believe in that? Superstitions.
It's better not to be superstitious in this house.
Why?
It's better, you know, never to be superstitious.
This way.
Never, ever? Forever? So, and her name's Jenny, right? Not Janie. She's not gonna
So fleshy, you mean?
get a gun at
A
some
rare
point.
plant. Nepenthe iridata.
It's not good. I gotta quit thinking of Aerosmith jokes. I'm gonna be distracted the whole night.
Now you can see how much you look like your stepsister.
It's incredible. If it weren't for the hair, you'd say we were the same person.
The dressing room is just in there.
Thank you. I have a slight headache. I think I'll feel better if I take off my hat.
Yeah, back in those days, hats gotta be squeezing your skull, your brain so bad.
You owe me an explanation, Stephen.
What do you mean?
Why did you marry her? We never spoke about it.
You run these things by me. I run this house. Snakes?
What on earth is the matter, dear? Oh, what an unpleasant surprise for you. Don't worry, it's harmless. It disappeared from my laboratory a few days ago.
No, you didn't. Aerosmith is all up in tonight's movie.
It's come a long way. I promise you, it will
And
never
if
happen another time.
you
I'll take it
you
back to
want
the
to see
laboratory.
something else, then you can just dream on.
What do you intend to do with her?
I've gotta
Why
stop.
did you marry her? We had a
I gotta
different
stop.
plan.
Then I thought she was a poor imbecile, ugly and repulsive.
And instead, she is beautiful and reminds you of Muriel. You are still in love with that witch.
As far as witches are concerned, you are
Damn.
no one to talk. Muriel, as you know, I hated her. And Jenny? Yes, I might even come to like her.
So now we'll never get rid of Jenny again, as you promised me you would. I shall have to put up with another mistress.
On the surface, Jenny seems normal, but her doctor told me that her sanity hangs by a thread. Living here could easily
She
happen.
seems
It
normal,
would not be
but
difficult
she's
to find a doctor
batshit.
willing to testify regarding her condition, and then I shall be legally responsible for the custody of her person and wealth. This seems to me the best and surely the safest way out.
But anything unexpected might possibly cross.
Come on,
Who will
Solange.
guarantee
He's
to us
thinking
that her
2
mental
steps ahead,
condition
all
will
right?
get worse?
I'll see to that. Look here.
Poison. Smart. Don't you mix up the glasses, Solange.
May this be the first of many happy days.
Sell it harder. Don't give her such a death stare. Oh, maybe he is still obsessed with her.
Do you like
Okay.
it?
It was a robe. I was about to say, is that her whole
You are
nightgown?
wonderful. No, stop. That chair. It's somewhat special. It could be dangerous.
Oh, really? Why?
It's an antique.
It's a piece from the rather bizarre collection of your ancestors.
I see.
It's my death chair. Uh-oh. She's feeling it. Yeah, she's just now thinking, like, who is this man that I married? Like, what is he doing in my house? Midnight.
Stephen. Stephen.
You gotta love good heart-pounding sequence. I don't want to ruin the suspense. Nice. That was good. That's right, yeah. Apparently, Alana, the director, Mario Caiano, was very inspired by Edgar Allan Poe when he wrote this. Oh, we've all been there, haven't we? What is that humming noise? I cannot go to sleep. Whoa, nice. Oh, eerie. Oh, this is pretty wild looking. Of course, in the greenhouse. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is pretty opulent. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, my God, Slender Man. That is wild. Nice. They're acting slow motion. That's great. I guess couldn't necessarily afford slow motion. Oh my God, that's one way to wake somebody
Calm
up.
yourself, dear. You've had a bad dream. It's nothing. It's all over now.
Stephen? Where was I? That terrible place and that man?
It was a nightmare.
Oh my God.
Do you hear me?
No, it wasn't a nightmare. I was there.
That's right, Glastra, stage acting.
blood.
The scene that immediately came into my mind was him, Big Lebowski, when they're watching the dude's landlord do the like stage performance. So I don't know why that always, with very theatrical acting, that's always what comes to mind. Is
But I
that
tell you, I did see it. I'm not mad.
Dear little creatures, sweet.
or is she?
And also lustful, hidden by a mask of innocence.
Did Muriel like them too?
She loved other animals. Cats, a pair of tortoises. She had also tamed an owl.
Where'd they go?
Horses, of course.
Did she often go riding?
It was her passion, and she paid for it.
Where did
Well,
it
he's
happen?
got him around the pond
There is a
Alana.
jump
I feel like he's just
behind the
asking
house.
for trouble.
Hidden among the trees there.
Do you like it? Huh? It belonged to Muriel. I found it in her wardrobe. Isn't it strange that we both had the same size?
Is it? Oh my God.
Stephen,
Really into those doves.
about last night. It wasn't just an hallucination. It was something unreal and mysterious. When I was in bed, I knew I was with you when I heard the heartbeats. I was awake, and also when...
I know, my dear. You told me. You know it can't have been anything else but delirium in your mind. I hope it won't happen again.
Delirium.
We must have faith, even if, when you were in the clinic, you had
No,
hallucinations.
this has nothing whatever to do with them. Anyway, I'm normal.
Don't start up with the clinic stuff. We just
Excuse me.
met.
I have prepared the slides for the analysis. We can begin whenever you like.
I will come with you right now.
What's she blowing on it for? That is gonna take us to our first break. Well, after many trials and tribulations, we're finally a third of the way through Nightmare Castle. And so far, I mean, so good for a Gothic horror movie. I mean, you've already got, you know, a vengeful, scorned husband, sadistic mad scientist husband who's killed his wife, and now maybe or maybe not she could be haunting the castle, which, you know, is certainly not good for the psyche of her stepsister, and maybe it's just all a ruse to send her to the asylum. I don't know. There's a lot going on in the first third, so, you know, we always appreciate when a movie can not wait. It's not wasting our time. You know, it's got plenty of plot, but it's also checking the boxes of what we'd like to see from a Gothic horror movie. You know, sequences of somebody wandering through a castle, a woman wandering through a castle at night and being startled, you know, by sounds, and of course, a very over-the-top dream sequence, which you gotta love that. the slow motion acting. You know, it sold it. I'm sold. I mean, again, it's stylized. I enjoy anything that's stylized, whether you want to say it's for better or for worse. I'd rather some big complaint with modern horror movies in general is that they're very dark and too reined in, you know? I mean, most not even just horror movies, all movies, you know? I mean, I was just reminded yesterday of how cartoonishly over the top most mainstream 90s movie villains were. I mean, Glenn Close in 101 Dalmatians and John Lithgow in Anything. I mean, you know, you don't get actors that are like going for it in just like, you know, a mainstream regular movie. It's just not, everybody's just so like too reined in. And so that's what you know, you have to appreciate about, I mean, any Gothic horror, but especially Italian Gothic horror, is that they're bringing the style, right? As Alana is pointing out, it's aesthetically pleasing. Right. And I mean, that's the thing. You know, story, and as the late great filmmaker David Lynch showed us all, story is really, and plot is really secondary to what images juxtaposed together can make you feel, right? You don't need to tell a story that perfectly answers every question, sets up, pays off everything, and you understand it. It's so much more, for a lot of filmmakers, about trying to reach like your subconscious. Like, certainly a lot of surrealists and abstract filmmakers, that's what they're trying to do, right? That's what they're trying to tap into. And I think that's the funny thing about these Gothic horror movies, kind of stem from that too. You know, especially in the sense that Gothic horror movies, you know, we wouldn't be seeing this movie if it wasn't for the resurgence caused by obviously Hammer horror movies in the late 50s, but Roger Corman's Poe movies. I mean, House of Usher in 1960, that was a huge hit, and very much Roger Corman's intention was to explore more psychological themes of Poe's stories. And he tried to kind of switch up what he was exploring in each Poe movie. And obviously the first kind of Italian Gothic horror movie that kicked off like the whole, like, if you want to call it a subgenre, don't call it I don't know if you want to call it a subgenre. But that is, of course, the movie that put Barbara Steele on the map, Black Sunday. And that's the first trailer we're going to see during the break. You know, that came out the same year as House of Usher. And again, it set the tone for what we're seeing tonight. You know, this stark black and white photography, a period piece. But, I mean, that had the eye of Mario Bava, who was, you know, a cinematographer as well as a director, and he was incredibly gifted with creating these striking images. And that movie, it actually wasn't super popular in Italy when it was first released, and then it was a big hit in the United States, kind of really tied in well with what Corman was doing. So, you know, Corman's Poe movies, the Italian Gothic horror movies, which started with Black Sunday, and then the Hammer movies all kind of fed each other in terms of success. And, you know, again, Barbara Steele, I mean, pretty much found overnight success, but Black Sunday was not her first movie, and she didn't get her start in the Italian Gothic horror films. She actually, she had done some films in the UK with the Rank organization, and then actually had a contract with 20th Century Fox in like the year before Black Sunday, and she was contracted to make a Western with Elvis entitled Flaming Star. But either she dropped out or she was let go, which again, the popular rumor of why she was let go is kind of what always ties in with, certain stories about her career, which was that her accent, her very thick English accent, early in her career at least, was a problem for people. That was a story that was kind of given as a reason for why she was dubbed in House of Usher, or not House of Usher, Pit the Pendulum, which was the follow-up to House of Usher. She appeared in that the year after Black Sunday, but she was dubbed, and it was an American-made film by Roger Corman, but she was dubbed, and it was said that it was because of her thick, English accent. And so, that obviously would rub any actor the wrong way, rightfully so, to say, well, like, especially this is my native language. Like, what, really? You're going to dub me? Like, really? So she did kind of have to suffer a little bit. I mean, that's a humiliating thing to be dubbed. I mean, don't forget the little girl from Manos, The Hands of Fate, when she was sitting in the theater at the premiere and saw that her voice was dubbed. She just bursted into tears. It's humiliating for anybody, child or adult. But she, I mean, it was work, it was money, so she wasn't going to turn her nose up to it. So she did a lot of Gothic horror movies in Italy, a few for US, UK productions or co-productions, but not too many. It was mostly Italian productions, which she went to Italy after the Fox contract ended because she wanted to work with Fellini, and she famously did work with Federico Fellini in what's considered his masterpiece 8.5, and she plays a very substantial role in 8.5, and I don't know if she's dubbed in that. I would say that she probably is, but I know that she probably holds that experience higher than any of her horror films, but she does appreciate the art of the Italian horror films, compared to, she said that's why she did a lot of Italian horror films and didn't go work for Hammer, because she felt like the Hammer movies were kind of trashy compared to what the Italians were trying to do. So I can appreciate that take. I think that makes sense. But she, I mean, basically from 1960 to 1968, she made a lot of horror movies. And the last one that she did before she got married and took a hiatus from acting was The Crimson Cult, which is the second trailer that we're going to see tonight, and that movie stars Boris Karloff and Christopher Lee. And it's weird because she's prominently featured in this trailer, but she's not credited. And they list the Boris Karloff, Christopher Lee, and they list 3 or 4 other people, and they don't list her. And so that was kind of a strange thing. I didn't look up if there was an issue with why she was uncredited, but you'll see she's very prominently featured as this goddess green. I don't know. You'll see. It's great. Maybe you've seen it. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I haven't watched it all the way through. But she did. I mean, hey, you work with Mario Bava. You're in movies with Boris Karloff and Christopher Lee and Vincent Price. I mean, hey, it's not a bad way to, get your career started. And she had a whole kind of second life to her career. But we'll talk about that after the break. So we're going to enjoy these 2 Barbara Steele horror movie trailers. And then when we come back, we'll get into the exciting middle of Nightmare Castle. I didn't forget. I almost kind of did, but I remembered. So we're going to get into the exciting middle of Nightmare Castle. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Not since Dracula stalked the earth has the world known so terrifying a day or night.
It is I who renounce you, and in the name of Satan, I place a curse upon you.
Black Sunday is like no motion picture you've ever seen. There are those who believe and those who do not. But both must know the suspense, the shock of meeting the living dead and of bringing the dead to life.
Look into my eyes. Embrace me. You will die, but I can bring you pleasures mortals cannot know.
Black Sunday, the most terrifying motion picture you'll ever see. Satan, wearing strange robes and fighting with all the furies of Hades, arouses the countryside to a frenzy of black terror. Crimson Cult. Hedonists of horror.
The devil is not exactly noted for his sense of humor.
A servant of man and the devil.
My brother stayed here, didn't he? What happened, sir?
Tell me what happened to him!
Dead.
A journey into the unknown terrors of the world of black magic.
But we all know the subconscious mind can play strange, sometimes terrifying tricks. The living bridge between this world and the unknown.
Burn the witch! Burn the witch!
Boris Karloff in his last and most diabolic role.
And we are back. So that was the trailers for Black Sunday and the Crimson Cult. And like I said, I've seen bits and pieces of both movies, but I have not actually sat down and watched them all the way through. But I would agree, Alana, Crimson Cult does look pretty fire. You know, you gotta love a good psychedelic, kaleidoscopic, you know, montage. That's how you know you're in the late 60s, right? So, I mean, you're to speak to your other comment. I think that is what was said about Barbara Steele's voice, is that it was a thick Cockney accent, and I mean, that's probably an exaggeration, because you can go so obviously she you know, she stepped away after she got married, but she did return to acting in the mid 70s. And I mean, you know, you may have seen some of her other films, and I don't think I've seen some of those other films. I don't think her voice is, I don't think she has a Cockney accent. I mean, maybe she had time to work it out, but she appeared in more horror films in the mid to late 70s, including what I think is, like, you know, to me, I think it's a pretty good Jaws parody, but Piranha. She's a pretty good. It's small, but it's kind of a pivotal part. She plays it really well as this expert, and you know, very arch. And she also appeared in, I think before that, Shivers from David Cronenberg. That was one of his first films. And that was apparently a movie she didn't want to do, and he had to woo her with like flowers and stuff to get her to do it. So, you know, again, I don't think she was thrilled about doing horror movies, but, you know, work is work. She's also in the Jonathan Demme film Caged Heat. She plays a prison warden. It's a women in prison film. If you know anything about that subgenre, it's very. So I couldn't show the trailer on here. I looked at it because, you know, she's prominently featured in it, but you know, it's just way too much graphic content to show that trailer on here. And we're showing the Lady Frankenstein trailer later. So if that just goes to show you how far that goes. But after some horror movies in the late 70s, she stepped away from in front of the camera again and stepped behind the camera, actually. And when we were watching on YouTube earlier, one of our viewers over there, Thomas, pointed out that she actually produced two very large miniseries in the 80s, directed by Dan Curtis. The second of which she was like the main producer on, War and Remembrance. These were like hours long, multi-million-dollar miniseries with hundreds of casts filmed. Like, apparently they actually filmed some concentration camp scenes at Auschwitz. So that's like a kind of a wild concept. And she was the producer, like she's the credited producer of that miniseries and won an Emmy Award for producing it. And I had to like cross-reference this because I was like, is this the same Barbara Steele? And I'm pretty sure she made like a point of not really talking about her past whenever she was interviewed for projects like War and Remembrance. And but she did. She worked really hard to produce those miniseries, and you know, at a time where women were not, you know, in the room as like, you know, department heads and all the people working on the production. She said that it was difficult for her to be the only woman in the room, and for, you know, guys to look at her like, oh, who is this woman? Like, I'm the producer, you know. So she but I mean, hey, she won it. She got an Emmy out of it. So she didn't do too bad for herself. And she was married, I think she'd been divorced by the time she became a producer, but she had been married to a screenwriter, James Poe, probably no relation to Edgar Allan. But he wrote Cat on a Hot Tin Roof and They Shoot Horses, Don't They? And won an Oscar for Around the World in 80 Days. But apparently he had to sue to get credit for, to win that Oscar, but he got it. You know, I mean, she like that when she got married, she moved to LA, and that's kind of how she found her way back into horror movies. And, you know, then I guess into the Dan Curtis stuff, and also appeared in his reboot of Dark Shadows, which was in the 90s, which, you know, that was a creation from Dan Curtis. Dan Curtis was kind of like he was a TV like master, but especially like horror, like television shows, TV movies, Trilogy of Terror. That was, you know, Kolchak the Night Stalker. You know, he was responsible for a lot of, you know, big horror shows, but also just, you know, big mini series like War and Remembrance. I mean, that's just, you know, like at that point in his career, he was kind of moving on other things, but he did come back to reboot Dark Shadows in the 90s, and Barbara Steele kind of returned to act in that. And she's been in some sparse things over the years since then. In 2020, she was a voice on the animated Netflix series Castlevania. So that's something. She's also 2014 in the Ryan Gosling directorial debut Lost River. So she's popped up, you know, she's you know, done some things now and again, but she very much kind of looks back on the horror films as a mixed time for her. I think she appreciated the artistry of working with you know, Italian filmmakers, but I think at the same time, horror is, you know, nobody's first choice. Let's be honest. It wasn't even Bela Lugosi or Boris Karloff's first choice, but you embrace it. Oh, Glastra, that's so cool. I had not heard about that. There's anybody to do it. David Dasmalchian is the guy to do it. So I'm gonna have to check that out because that sounds like a lot of fun. I you know, and again, like Kolchak is another one of those like Dan Curtis creations that kind of was like a phenomena in its time. It's not really necessarily like it's got a cult fandom today. That's why you have a comic like that, right? But at its time, you know, his productions were popular, and the fact that Barbara Steele, you know, I did not know until I did the research for this that she produced. So news to me, and if it's news to you, then I've done my job. So without further ado, I'm not gonna waste any more time because this is a long movie, so we gotta crank it out. We gotta see what's gonna happen to poor little Jenny. You know, she's married a maniac who just wants to kill her and steal her property or drive her insane. That's what he wants to do. But is he being haunted by the ghost of his wife that he murdered and Jenny's stepsister? I don't know. And what kind of strange scientific experiments have helped him transform Solange from an old crone to a beautiful young woman? I don't know. Steven's got a lot of Steven Aerosmith has got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. So I don't have another Aerosmith song loaded up in my head. If I did, I would. That would have been the perfect place to do it. I just don't. I've already used a lot of them, so we'll have to set myself up for one later. But I think on that note, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the exciting middle of Nightmare Castle right now.
Another couple of doses, and your patient will be ready for the asylum.
I'm afraid so. She has reacted perfectly.
The rest is understandable, of course. Poor thing, with her previous illness.
Well, there was a horse. It's gonna come back, Glastra.
Yes. I will do it now.
I'm back.
But this is the file you were supposed to give her last night. How is it that it's still here? You made a mistake.
But it's impossible.
You fool.
There was only that one.
Not at all. There was another one. A file of harmless saccharos. It isn't here anymore. You poured that one into the champagne instead of the hallucinogen. Fool!
I may have made you look younger, but your brain is still turning into soup.
Without wanting to, we have had ample proof that it is not necessary to force her madness with external devices.
But if her nightmares were really true, brought on, I don't know, by some mysterious being.
The spirits of the castle? I have never met any, and they don't exist until it is proven to the contrary.
But how do you explain that Jenny saw that mysterious plant dripping blood and heard two hearts beating?
The fruits of an over-receptive mind, exalted like Jenny's.
But she called out for David in her dream. I'm frightened.
Oh, be quiet. I'll get Dr. Joyce here as soon as possible to verify the mental instability of my young wife.
No, not yet. What if something terrible were to happen while he is here? I don't know why you want to run risks for nothing.
All right. Anyway, I'm not so certain that I'm in such a hurry to get rid of her, you know.
Who wrote this music?
Poor Muriel. Every once in a while, she would amuse herself by composing some music.
Oh, music. Yeah, it's in the Aerosmith in the blood, right? I mean, come on. What are we, jaded?
Funny. Normally I never drink anything but champagne. Tonight I feel I'd like something a little stronger. Jonathan, may I have some, please?
Give me something stronger.
How do you feel?
Strange, it's good. I had no idea I'd like it.
Classic.
Dr. Friedman's rubbish drives me out of my
Sitting in the drawing room. Rubbish. No, not a phone in sight. Bunch of people just living in the moment.
Where is Muriel buried?
Good
Down
question.
in the crypt. If you are really interested, I'll take you to see the tomb one day.
Just immediately goes back to playing. Ding, ding, ding.
I refuse to read such rubbish. I should like to invite that fool here to the castle. I would just like to get a look at his face.
I'm just gonna invite all the fools to the castle.
She was
Take
there a moment
take
ago.
care of them all at
Very likely
once.
she decided to go upstairs to her room. Maybe she was tired.
Just like that, without saying a word. It's rather odd. Perhaps she wasn't feeling very well.
I'll go and see where she is.
Jenny! Jenny, are you there? Jenny!
Did you hear that?
This music is too light right now, Ennio. What are you doing, man? The crypt. You're right about that, Kathy.
It's Jenny. She must be down below in the vault.
Yep, Kathy called it. Golly. Creepy.
Forgive me, Stephen. I try to remember. But when everything is coming back to me, I feel as if my memory is paralyzed.
Now let's see. What is the last thing you can remember?
I don't know. I was there with you and Solange. No, I was at the piano and I was playing. Then I don't remember. I suddenly found myself in that horrible place. I felt an unbearable pain in my hands and I looked down and they were covered with blood.
Blood.
I was trying to move the slab with my nails. I was terrified. I ran to the door and tried to get out, but someone had locked it from the inside and I couldn't open it. I screamed. I was so afraid of dying down there. I felt as if someone was pulling me down, down, down. I was so frightened, Stephen. You have to help me.
It was nothing but your imagination.
See, even his name is Stephen, right? Stephen Tyler Aerosmith.
Yes, I know, but that
insane.
door was locked.
No, Jenny. It was not locked. All I had to do was push it. You didn't open it because you didn't want to. It's a hysterical phenomenon which is very frequent in people who are in your state of mind.
I know what you're thinking, Stephen, but I'm
Same
not
old
mad.
story,
I'm sure of it.
same old song
I was
and
different
dance.
before I came here.
Perhaps we acted a little rashly in bringing you over here so soon. Maybe it was my fault. But I wanted you here with me.
You won't send me back to the clinic, will you, Stephen? Tell me the truth, please.
No, dear. I want you here.
I don't
But I also want
to
you to
miss
get better and to
a
be happy.
thing.
Therefore, I've decided to invite Dr. Joyce to come here. He had you under his care for a long time, and he knows your case well. And here he will be able to look after you and study the remedies that are best suited to you. You will continue on as if nothing had
I
ever
know, right?
happened, and the doctor will be only a guest.
Aerosmith just had so many hits.
him,
It's not even me. That's just it's synchronicity.
All
It's
right,
just
but do stop treating me like a mad woman, Stephen, won't you?
if I would have
What
known
foolish
that
talk is that?
this is what we were
Now,
getting into.
Take this mild drug, and you will have a nice sleep without any nightmares.
I don't want it. I'm afraid of going to sleep.
Just as you like. I will be right there in the armchair with my reading.
So sinister.
Welcome to Hampton Castle, Dr. Joyce.
Did you have a good journey?
Yes, thank you.
I'm very pleased to see you. And so, I'm sure, is my wife.
How are you, Lady Aerosmith? I must say you're looking extremely well.
Oh,
Lady
appearances can be
Aerosmith.
deceptive, Doctor. However, I'm so pleased to see you again.
What a great cover band
What a
name
lovely
for
day.
an all-female
I didn't realize it. I hardly
group
ever
of
go
performers that just
Hampton
plays
Castle has
Aerosmith
become
covers.
for me a sort of magnificent prison. Come. Let's take a stroll in the park. You know, there's a very strange, wild, rugged part behind the castle, which I'd like to show you.
Jenny? But dearest, the doctor has only just arrived. Perhaps later on.
It doesn't matter. Jenny, I would like to come.
No, my husband's quite right. Napoleon 1861. It's a wonderful brand.
Oh my God.
Such
Good
a marvelous
year.
aroma.
I thought you didn't drink.
Many years ago, this castle may have lacked water, but it certainly never lacked alcohol. This was one of Muriel's very favorite drinks.
Jenny, your husband has told me about everything that has recently happened here. You know, I am here only to help you. And you must try and force yourself to remember the details of what happened to you. Something that will help us to understand the cause.
You're gonna bring it all up. You're raking it all up, Doc.
I don't know. In those moments, it's as if another person took possession of my mind and my body, and everything becomes vague and confused without any reason.
And yet, there must be a reason. When you came here, your mental condition was perfect. Therefore, the reason for your trouble must be sought in these surroundings. Jenny, do you have any suspicions that your mind...
No. I don't think so. Yet I saw blood where there wasn't any. And I heard sounds where there weren't any. And there was that tomb. And that name.
David? Oh, yes, David.
David.
You said that name coming out of the nightmare. And that name could perhaps help you to remember your dream.
Are you really convinced? Why are you so interested in me? Or maybe you're like Stephen, you're convinced I'm insane.
If what you're suggesting were so, I would not be here. And I'm going to help you, whether you like it or not.
There is nothing to discover. You won't discover anything, Doctor.
I hope I'm not disturbing you, Doctor, and that things are already improving. Later, if you'd like to come down to my laboratory, I shall be pleased to show you some experiments I've made on the electrolytic treatment of the blood.
Got him.
Why are you laughing?
Laugh
there?
it up.
You and your experiments.
You and your experiment.
Jenny, do you hear me? What's the matter with you?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Stephen. I was confused.
It's not important. It doesn't matter. Doctor, if I can help you, don't hesitate to ask me. Even though I assure you I have already told you as much as I know.
Thank you. I'll come to your laboratory later.
That's right. That's what we're missing, Alana. Just so many.
Lovely, delicate flowers. Not at all like those horrible, revolting flowers in the greenhouse.
In the greenhouse? Do you often go in there?
Yes, I've been there. I was there the night
Come with me. Let's go. Tell me now. You must remember. You dreamt you were here, didn't you?
I don't know. I don't remember. Don't torment me, please. Let me leave this place.
Well, if you don't want me to help you. However, I warn you. You will end up a prisoner of your madness and obsessions forever.
I'm cool with it. I've made peace with that.
I think I was standing there where you are now. David was embracing me. Suddenly he was hit on the face. My earring fell off, down in those leaves. I'm sure we will find it.
Oh, shit.
What's that?
I don't know about this score, Ennio, my friend. It's a little too light.
I lost it while he was kissing me.
Who was kissing you?
We need something more
I don't
suspenseful
remember.
here.
It was dark. And then somebody came in while we were... I'm sorry, it's all so vague.
Had you seen the earring before?
No, only that time.
But are you sure you couldn't have lost it on some other occasion? Or under different circumstances?
No, it's the first time I've ever seen it. The earring doesn't belong to me.
It's very strange.
Be careful. It was possible for me to give you back your
that's
youth,
right, Kathy.
but I could do nothing about your mind.
It doesn't matter, Doctor. It's not my mind which is useful to you when you need it.
I hope I'm not disturbing you.
I thought you had forgotten my invitation. Oh. Come along. I want to show you a unique experiment which could have sensational developments.
Oh, very interesting, but if you don't mind, I'd like to speak to you about your wife's illness. I'm sure that Jenny's hallucinations come partly from her sick mind. And I'm sure that they must also have a cause and foundation in the reality that surrounds her.
No one could wish it were so, more than I do. But unfortunately, various symptoms seem to point to the contrary.
I thought so too, at first. But look.
An earring?
Yes.
And so?
It was in the greenhouse, under the leaves, exactly where Jenny dreamt she was. But it doesn't belong to her, so it belongs to another woman, Muriel, for example, with whom Jenny identifies herself in the dream. This earring proves that there is something real
You'll
behind
find
Jenny's
evidence,
nightmare.
you fool.
And if we can discover what it is, we will solve the mystery.
Her ladyship has acquired the habit of hiding things about the house and then forgetting later where she has put them. I told you about this.
Oh, yes.
Nice. Keep selling it.
A form of kleptomania.
And so, what of the other earring?
I don't think it should be difficult to find it. I'm sure it must be among her other jewels, naturally. If you'll allow me, I'll go and have a look.
This would explain your strange discovery. Go along, Solange, and then rejoin us in the living room. Oh, I had almost forgotten. Lady Arrowsmith has changed her room. I don't think you knew about it. In the meantime, let me show you now the experiment I was
Lady
speaking to you
Arrowsmith.
about.
I can't get over it's too good. What she got? Oh, the earring.
Excuse me, madame. Dr. Stephen would like to show Dr. Joyce some of your jewelry. If you would like to go down yourself, they will be very pleased.
Oh,
Yeah, me
I'll
too,
come down with you
Glasser.
then.
I've got someone waiting for
Why,
her.
yes, of course.
I don't know if they'll come up. I'll have to force them in later. At the very end.
Solange! Solange, do you think I should go down like this? Or would it be too indecent?
You are in your home, madame, and Dr. Joyce is a friend.
Nice. Good advice, Solange. I knew we had you.
The earring is one of those in the portrait. So there's no doubt about it. It's true, then, that they belong to Muriel.
Undoubtedly. You see, my dear Derek, at first I was rather embarrassed to admit that my wife sometimes hides certain things. You know, without any reason and without remembering it.
Solange says that you'd like to see my jewelry. I'm afraid they're not collection pieces, but I'll gladly show them to you.
I should like to see them. You're very kind, you know.
Here's an emerald and diamond necklace that I like very much. Oh, and here's a gold bracelet that belonged to my mother. This one is from Sanssouci.
Beautiful.
And this is an earring that's...
This theme does not work for me, Ennio. I hate to say it, because, I mean, he's an iconic composer.
And these are Muriel's earrings, dearest. You have never worn them.
I don't know. I may be the only one. Y'all may like it, but...
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
What do you think of the fact that man has learned to exploit his brain on a supersensory level? Consider the numerous cases of telepathy, of clairvoyance, and even of diagnosis from a distance. There is no doubt that the witches and wizards of Africa and Siberia do no more than make use of their brains, in a way, I should say, that is more intelligent than ours. We know that they are able to enter directly into contact with the beyond, and even with the dead.
Well, let us not exaggerate. Telepathy is one thing. The beyond is quite another.
I must ask you to excuse me. I think I'll go upstairs. I feel a little tired.
What is it, Jenny? Is something wrong?
No, nothing. I just feel a little tired. Don't trouble yourself, Stephen. Good night.
I'll join you immediately. Good night.
Good night, Jenny.
Good night, madame.
And they are shooting in a real villa.
Poor
like, this
Jenny.
is not a
She
set,
becomes
as you can
stranger
tell.
all the time. Do you really think it was wise of you to decide to let her sleep alone?
As things are at the moment, it certainly can't do her any harm. One must proceed blindly, by trial and error. Her memory is blocked just now.
Yes. I realize that her condition doesn't leave us much hope. And I know that you are doing everything humanly possible to help her.
Oh, Stephen! Doctor!
Oh.
You should be more careful. Let's go down to the laboratory. We must stop the bleeding at once.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
No, thank you. It's nothing.
No.
She has a blood disease, nothing serious. But we must stop the hemorrhage immediately, otherwise it could be dangerous.
Well, quit talking. Yeah, Alana, that's interesting. I could see that because it's very limited in terms of what they're just using, like the same little piece of music. It's not like it's...
Is there anything the matter, sir?
Heavily adapted.
No, it's nothing, Jonathan. Nothing.
Would you like me to serve you anything else, sir? A glass of port, some whiskey?
No, thank you, Jonathan. I'm going up to my room. Good night to you, Jonathan. Good night. Who's there?
Who is it? That's a good point, Glassra. would agree with that. Yeah, the mood is, it's all here. We don't need, you know. That's the thing. I mean, in Gothic horror, like when it started out with that organ, this is good. I mean, but when it started out with that organ, I thought maybe it'd be more of an organ
new blood.
Heavy score. I mean, they've used it here and there, but it's just been, yeah, like that theme they keep using is just not like an effective theme for like suspense. I would have tried to make those shadows of all that equipment look crazier, though. Bigger shadow. Oh, she's not looking too good.
It's been successful again this time. But solution can't last much longer.
You're a guinea pig, Solange. I think your time may be up. Yeah, God, that's gorgeous.
Jenny, my blood, downstairs in the laboratory. Go, hurry.
Drink it all. Don't let Solange have any more of it. It's ours. It doesn't belong to her. There you go. That's very good. That's very good, Lana.
Annabelle Hampton died in her 27th year. Muriel Hampton, 26 years old.
Ba-ba-boom. Uh-oh. Stab, stab, stab.
Your pulse is regular.
Good catch, Alana. Oh!
She must have been completely out of control.
You tend to your wound, and I'll look after her.
Stephen, I saw her. She was about to strike you. That face, it wasn't hers. It was Muriel's.
Ba-ba-bum. Uh-oh.
Who are you?
Jenny, what were you doing? What happened to you, Jenny?
Jenny? Jenny?
Not yet,
Jenny?
Alana.
I hate Jenny. I hate her. I'm Muriel.
Oh no.
Jenny.
Well, some doctor you are.
Jenny.
Yep, she's Jenny again, you could tell.
Did you see it too, Derek?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes, I don't know what it was, but I shall certainly find out.
Well, he believes her? Good. Well, I hope. I hope he's not just putting her on.
With blood all over his face. But it wasn't me. Please forgive me. But what do you think she wants from me? Why does she torment me so?
Jenny, I saw it too. It's true. A strange and terrifying phenomenon. But you can be sure that nothing will change my decision. I'm going to help you, Jenny.
When you speak to me, I begin to have some faith again and a little bit of hope. Promise not to leave me, Derek. I'm so afraid.
Save you,
I
Astra.
think it would be better for you if you were to leave the castle. Just for a short while.
Jenny.
Some place that's calm and quiet.
Very well. Just as you say.
Now you see what happens when you don't listen to me. Now it's not only that woman we have to worry about, but the doctor as well. That interfering busybody who always keeps spying on us while never losing the opportunity of consoling the poor little dove.
You seem to enjoy it. If it should ever cross your mind that I could be jealous of Derek, you'd be greatly mistaken.
But his being here makes things so dangerous. Why did he go down into the crypt last night? Maybe he found out something.
He found out enough to hang us both. He moved the slab on Muriel's tomb and discovered it was empty.
So then we are ruined. He could turn us over at any moment now. You must stop him from leaving the castle at all costs. We must...
Keep quiet. I know what we must do. You were looking for me, Doctor?
Why, yes, I was. I wanted to have a few words with you before you went to the laboratory.
Nothing would please me more.
Thank you.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
No, I'd prefer to stand.
I wanted to speak to you about your wife. I'm
Subject
convinced
is
that it
off
is absolutely necessary for her to leave the castle for surroundings more suited to the cure of her mental troubles.
What is the matter? You may speak quite freely.
I want to tell you there are ghosts in this castle, Dr. Ira Smith.
Really? Tell me, have you seen them yourself by any chance?
Souls living in another world, trying to hide themselves behind Jenny, trying to possess her, to destroy her mind and free will. Your wife is not mad, but she runs the risk of becoming so if she continues to live here in this castle.
I quite realize that. It was I who asked you to come here, and I shall abide by any decision you feel it necessary to make.
I have already mentioned it to Jenny, and I'm sure she will agree.
We're getting out of here.
Will you be taking her back to the same clinic where she was treated before?
Definitely yes, to begin with. I plan to take her away with me tomorrow. Well, I'll leave you to your work.
It's all according to plan. Wow, what a scumbag. And that is gonna take us to our second break. Again, it's a longer movie. I know you're like, did he miss the break? No, it's just a very long movie. So I won't keep you too long here in this break. But I mean, so far, I mean, I like, bringing in this doctor is like kind of a good way to shake things up, but it kind of feels like it's stalling a little bit. Maybe I can see why there's a hour 19-minute cut of this, because maybe you could probably cut some of this out and not miss too much in terms of what's important. Again, it's very atmospheric movie. They're definitely getting the atmosphere out of the scenes, but at the same time, it seems like we're kind of bandying about a little bit. Like, the doctor believes her. He doesn't totally think she's insane, but I mean, he certainly also seems like he's playing into Stephen Aerosmith's game plan. So, I don't know. See, I can't remember Jenny's sister's name, but Muriel. Is Muriel going to fully take over Jenny, and is she going to change her name to Janie, and is she going to get that gun? I don't know. I don't know what anything can happen. I'm looking for more Aerosmith references in the final third of this movie, so rest assured. But again, I mean, I think this is kind of a classic representation of 60s Italian Gothic horror. I mean, and it sounds kind of ridiculous it's a mouthful to say, but I mean, it really kind of is a subgenre onto itself. And, just Italian horror films in general, like we talked about earlier, there is a level of artisticness and creativity going into the cinematography and the art direction and all that at a very low budget that you don't get on like an American low budget production or a British low budget production. I mean, there is certainly, commendable elements to the Italian horror films that we've seen. And I mean, horror movies in other countries kind of didn't really grow until after World War II. And Italy, was no exception. And it was really the late 50s when horror started to take off over there, which, we got to see an early example of Italian horror with Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory, Italian title Lycanthropus. Pretty enjoyable film, pretty good film. And, contemporary to the time that it was filmed. So not necessarily like a fully Gothic horror, but that movie, you definitely could see the artistic quality of the cinematography, and there's more to it than what you're getting out of AIP and Roger Corman movies at that time for probably similar budgets. And I think after that, one that we saw 2 seasons ago, the Blancheville Monster. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but that also features Helga Lynn, who is playing Solange in tonight's movie. So we've seen Helga Lynn before in the Blancheville Monster, and also in Horror Express, where she played a spy with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. That's a Spanish co-production, I believe. I don't think the Italians were involved in that particular film, but that's still, international productions were just kind of became the norm in the 60s and the 70s because it was a way to get tax breaks for multiple countries. And so I think Italy, I think was a pretty good ground for that. That's why you have a lot of people that came out of the American film industry and the British film industry that worked prolifically in Italy in the 60s and the 70s, because it was kind of a place where if you were looking for a little more freedom and a little more art, you could find it. And so, Barbara Steele, we have seen her before. It was in our first year, I guess, with the first double feature that we had, which was The She-Beast from 1966. And that's an Italian co-production with Barbara Steele as, the character that turns into the She-Beast. She isn't actually playing the beast. That movie is kind of remembered by Barbara Steele fans as the one she wasn't happy with because she had to work for 24 hours straight. They had her for a day, and the British director, Michael Reeves, that was his first film, used her for the entire day. And so she's in the movie like a pretty fair amount. And that movie it's really funny. It's really strong. If you haven't seen it, I highly encourage you to check out The She-Beast. That's the first trailer that we're going to see during the break. And it's funny because it's very much a horror comedy. And I didn't think that before I had seen the movie, just saw trailers. I was like, it's kind of weird looking horror movie about a witch. And then you watch it and it's actually really funny. And that's partly because some of the Americans that were involved in the making of it were known for their horror and comedy chops. The two main guys would be Charles B. Griffith and Mel Wells, the writer and one of the stars, respectively, of The Little Shop of Horrors from Roger Corman. They made that movie, and kind of in the 60s, both of them moved to Europe and started making films in Europe. And Mel Wells plays the sleazy innkeeper in She-Beast, and he would actually go on to kind of continue in the film industry in Italy and move on to directing, where he directed Lady Frankenstein, which is the second trailer that we're going to see during our break. And that's the last Italian horror film that the most recent Italian horror film that we've watched on this show. And so it's funny that, of course, Mel Wells, who acted with Barbara Steele in She-Beast, also directed Lady Frankenstein, which features not only the actor playing Steven in tonight's film, Paul Muller, who was a Jesus Franco regular, but it also features an actor by the name of Marino Massi, who's playing the other doctor, Dr. Joyce. He was also in Lady Frankenstein as the servant Thomas, whose body is used by Lady Frankenstein to put the brain of the actor who's playing Steven in tonight's movie in his head. So that's funny. Both of these guys in tonight's movie and Lady Frankenstein, they're the ones doing the brain body swap. So both of those actors would be paired again in a later Italian horror movie. So I thought that was just again, it's so weird, the degrees and the connections of the movies that we've watched. And again, one of the people that helped write and played a cop in The She-Beast also was a writer on Keep My Grave Open, which was a movie that we watched 2 or 3 weeks ago from Texas. So the connections are international. Horror it crosses all boundaries. So public domain horror especially. So that's the beauty. That's why I love these connections. So the beauty of this show. But we're gonna get these 2 Italian horror film trailers for The She-Beast and Lady Frankenstein, and then when we come back, we'll get into the exciting conclusion of. See, I've been forgetting the titles lately, and I have this here so I don't forget, and then I forget. We're gonna get into this exciting conclusion of Nightmare Castle when we come back, so stick around. We will be right back.
The She-Beast, deadlier than Dracula, wilder than the werewolf, more frightening than Frankenstein. Another victim of a strange revenge, wreaked on the innocent from beyond the grave, hurling a town into a terrifying struggle against the powers of darkness. The witch Verdella, known to be dead for centuries, comes to blood-chilling life before disbelieving eyes, unleashing all manner of monstrous evil in the town in which she was supposed to have breathed her last. You'll see a creature of the damned, damning the living to destruction when you ceased. Starring Barbara Steele, Mel Wells, and co-starring John Carlson. You'll see a monster in human form defy her doom as the townspeople drag her from her cave to the witch's dunking chair. But even that deadly device cannot save.
I hope Mr. Morgan's brain is as cooperative.
It will be, Charles. What evil science was practiced in this laboratory of nightmares? Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead? What dread terror stalked the townspeople? The legend of Frankenstein once again brings terror and nightmare to the screen.
Stand!
Joseph Cotton is Baron Frankenstein, the scientist who dared to create a monster. Meet Lady Frankenstein. She's beautiful, she's evil, and she'll do anything for love.
Think of it. Think of me. Think of possessing me. Would you like to have my body bend to you? Would you like to make love to me?
Sarah Bay is Lady Frankenstein. A surgeon's mind and a body filled with bizarre cravings that no human man can satisfy. She creates a new, more terrifying monster.
I am my father's daughter.
You are referring to animal transplants.
Human.
Only the monster she creates can satisfy her strange desires. No man can escape her web of terror. There has never been a movie like Lady Frankenstein.
And we are back. So that was the trailers for what was that? Oh, She-Beast and Lady Frankenstein. So yeah, Lady Frankenstein. Yeah, sorry, no, I forgot to give a warning there. There was nudity in that trailer. Oh well. We're all adults. Yeah, I mean, it's funny watching that trailer. It felt like they just gave the whole movie away. Like, we watched that movie not too long ago. And, I mean, they just kind of showed you, gave you the second and third act. Like, told you how it was going to shake out, more or less. He just cut out all the sex scenes and the clueless inspector, and, you know, it's really not much of a movie there. No, I mean, that's the thing. Like, that's what's funny about, you know, like Mel Wells directing that. Like, a guy who was in both the She-Beast and the Little Shop of Horrors. You would think that there'd be maybe a little more horror comedy, but Lady Frankenstein it takes itself too seriously, I feel like. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I don't know. It's just not, like, even that trailer, like, I wanted to laugh, I wanted to think that it was funny, but it was taking itself seriously. I don't know. Maybe they were going for humor and it just didn't land. I don't know. But, I mean, She-Beast is definitely like a product of a director that knew how to craft a really good film and had a promising career if he didn't, you know, kind of do himself in too early. But that was how Michael Reeves' career worked out. But again, you know, hey, got Barbara Steele to work for 24 hours and that is an Italian co-production. It's weird because it has an American writers and British director, but it was, you know, co-produced with an Italian production company. So, yeah, I mean, Italian horror films, you know, they kind of run the gamut, and obviously, you know, the Gothic are their own subgenre, and you can get into the mockbusters that are just trying to copy popular American horror films, and you get into giallo, which are kind of, you know, their own thing, and zombie movies. I mean, it's, you know, the Italian horror films, they're really all these other little subgenres, but they do kind of, even the, you know, these are low budget movies, but they rise above the low budget American horror movie. Usually cinematography is the number one reason, but they're, you know, they're putting care into things. And I think we've seen that with tonight's movie. I've certainly enjoyed it, and you know, how is it going to shake out? I don't know. I think that obviously Steven Aerosmith is going to, I don't have another arrow. I have two queued up, but they're not appropriate right now. I'm waiting for the movie. I'm waiting to see, and if I can't use them, then I'll just tell you. But I've still got two more that I haven't used yet, but right now is not the time. But yeah, Steven Aerosmith, he's gonna pay, and I guess Solange as well. And I hope poor Barbara Steele's, you know, this Jenny character has just been totally duped into this and being driven mad by people, and she didn't do anything wrong, so I hope she makes it out okay. The doctor, I mean, we'll see. He may have to sacrifice himself. Make it interesting. So I think without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the exciting conclusion of Nightmare Castle. Didn't forget. Right now. You're gonna be gone from there by the time the letter gets anywhere. What's the point? Uh-oh. What diabolical thing are you up to now, Steven? Oh, shoot. That is diabolical. Getting him in the bathtub. Well, after I finish this letter, I better go have a bath, I suppose. I guess that's just the natural, like what everybody would do back in those days. You write your letter and then you go hop in the bath. Makes sense. He's got it all rigged up.
Wouldn't poison have been a safer way?
There isn't a poison which leaves no traces. In this way, we don't run any risks, and the result is the same.
Come in.
Creepy butler.
Did you call, sir?
Yes, Jonathan. I think it's about time for my evening bath.
It will be ready in just a moment.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Really? Is that real? My evening bath? That implies that there's a morning bath. Mini baths. That's like one of my favorite Monty Python skits is... It's like it... My favorite thing about it is that this character just implies that you taking a bath is what you do when you're bored. So anytime you're bored, oh, well, I better go hop in the bath. Better go and have a bath, I suppose. Evan really enjoys that one too. And there's so much more to that sketch than just that bit, but
Ready, Jonathan?
that has always stayed with me.
All ready, sir. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
No.
I hope not. Why even ask? What are you looking for, Jonathan? Uh-oh.
Come in.
Stalling as long as possible.
Excuse me, sir. I forgot about the clean towel.
Oh, that's all right.
Of course you did. Oh no, Jonathan! Oh no! Oh, you poor Rube! Oh. Oh no! Why not do any like effects like they did earlier?
Jonathan, what happened? Jonathan! What happened, Jonathan?
He did.
There's no doubt. He had a heart attack.
Oh, come
Probably
on.
He suffered from a weak heart without knowing it.
Quite possibly. Also, the overheated atmosphere of the room could easily have had some influence. Please, Jenny, go back to your room. Solange, go with her ladyship. This one is certainly a case that makes one think very seriously about the frailty of human life.
Wow.
Only 10 minutes ago, that man was the picture of health. And now he is ready for the worm.
Please allow me
The
not
worm.
to appreciate your cynicism, Dr. Arrowsmith.
Forgive me, my dear Derek. The fact is, you have remained too much a man to be a scientist. Oh, and before I forget, will you think about making out a death certificate for the authorities?
away.
Something else, if you don't mind. Will you help me to carry poor Jonathan's body into his room?
Is there anything else I can get you, madame?
No. All I want to do is leave this house before it's too late.
Oh, no. It's already too late.
There. Forgive me, Doctor.
Guess rigor mortis has not set in
I'm afraid
yet.
I've asked you to perform a rather unpleasant task. We can go now.
It will probably seem very silly to you, but I would like to leave a little light for him.
Go ahead. I'll see you later.
Ooh, okay, Doc. You're playing the game. You know what's up. Right? Right? Okay, maybe I don't know what's going on.
And now what shall we do? Your wife says she wants to go away at once.
On the contrary, she won't go anywhere. Of that I can assure you. Everything will turn out exactly as we want it. Go along now. It's he. You look a little distraught, Jenny. I realize that what happened to Jonathan was a painful shock to you, but you mustn't be disheartened.
Stephen, I can't stand it. I don't want to stay here anymore. I'm leaving tomorrow with Derek for wherever he chooses to take me.
Derek?
Anything will be better than this hell.
You mean Dr. Joyce?
Derek. I thought so. He's bewitched you with his stories.
What are you saying? Why are you talking like that? You had so much faith in him. Now?
Now, I see that his so-called treating you was just an excuse to flirt shamelessly with you, and don't say you didn't realize it yourself.
But I swear to you, I've known Derek for years. He's such a good friend of mine. He's so affectionate and unselfish.
You may be blind, my dear, but I'm not. I know his type. Affectionate, unselfish, and always ready to take advantage of a beautiful patient. Weak and rich.
No, don't you dare say that. Derek hasn't done anything wrong.
Are caresses, holding hands, and soft looks all part of the cure? You forget that greenhouses are made of glass, and I am not blind. I love you, Jenny. I don't want to lose you.
Jenny. Yeah, I'm hearing it too,
The idea of
Astro.
your going away
Jenny.
with him. Don't leave me alone, Jenny.
I don't want to, Stephen. But I'm so frightened here.
We'll go away together. Tomorrow. We'll go to Spain, to Italy, wherever you want. You'll leave all your nightmares behind you. And we won't come back here until you have completely recovered. All right? Then we leave tomorrow.
Just as you say, Stephen.
Finished his letter. I guess that death didn't really affect him very much. Here's the suspenseful music. Where has this been, Ennio? I'm a little confused. Because this is good. I'm liking this. Yeah, there's no point in sending a letter.
Certainly.
There's no time.
This journey can do you nothing but good. You'll be able to amuse yourself, to breathe purer air, to find real tranquility. But I cannot pretend that I shouldn't have preferred another solution.
Do you mean the asylum, Dr. Derrick? Or have you other plans?
But Jenny, why are you saying these things? It seems as if you had suddenly lost all faith in me.
Perhaps you see me as some clinical case to be kept under observation and studied.
Ooh.
It would be bad enough if that's true, yet in a way I wish it was so. Because if what happened last night has put any ideas in your head, I'll be obliged to consider you simply one of the most contemptible of men.
Dang, she cut right through.
I realize that after what you have said, there's nothing I can answer. Whatever I might say would only confirm your suspicions. Now, the only thing left for me to do is to go away. But before I go, I want to tell you this, Jenny. I have always been very fond of you.
That was Janie. He said Janie.
Anytime you need me, I shall be happy to help you.
It's so cold tonight. That damn blood.
God, look at that.
Turning to
it's so
poison
opulent.
in my veins. Cold, heavy, like mercury. She wants it back. Muriel, that witch, she wants her blood. Stephen, do something. Save me. I need
You're
new
doomed.
life. Young, pure blood. I need Jenny's blood.
Jenny.
Very well, then. You'll get it tomorrow.
Have all the blood you want. Get out, dog. Get out. Yeah, lean in a little closer, Doc. Certainly don't need to, use your hand to check her pulse or anything.
Don't go away, David.
Who are you? Muriel? Where is your body?
My heart. Oh, take my heart. Oh, take my heart. My heart. Oh, no. Oh.
Who killed you? Stephen?
Stephen! Oh, Stephen! Statue! Dagger! Dagger! Go!
Oh my God.
No! Go! Go away! Go! Go!
Oh my gosh. Run. Only Sue. You thought, you son of a bitch. Oh no, come on, wake up, Jenny. Wait, what? Oh, he's back in there. Is he alive? Please tell me he's alive. It's only a mild shock. See, like, this feels a little bit filler-y. Like, I mean, I guess that. Like, we needed to see him get that, but...
Well, have a good journey, and thank you again for everything you've done for my wife.
There is nothing to thank me for. And would you please say goodbye to her for me?
Goodbye, Derek. I'm grateful to you for trying to help me.
Oh, I'm delighted to be able to wish you a pleasant trip once more. And I hope to see you again very soon.
Why are you going? Don't you find enough to interest you here?
Statue. Statue. She said statue.
Do you like the Hampton crest?
What is it?
Goodbye and good luck.
Yep. Don't be in love with her.
When? Now, Stephen, I beg you. We must be far from here before he is able to speak to anybody.
I am preparing the electrolysis. You know that it's only a matter of a few hours. Everything will be ready for you by this evening. And then we'll leave during the night, all three of us. At least officially. I'm going down to the laboratory.
I'll be in the lab. Yeah, she's not doing good. She's not doing good. Muriel's gonna pop in here and say, "Where do you think you're going?"
Stephen.
I know, Glastra, you're not alone. We are close. We are close. As you can tell, Steven's finally ready to make his move. Derek's gone.
Come along. There's no time to lose.
No time to lose. This is definitely it, and it's getting juicy at the perfect time, Alana. You lucked out. It's waking me up. This is like one of the longest movies we've watched. I'm feeling it.
What are you doing, Stephen? Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm going to free you from your nightmares forever, Jenny. Your sister is calling you, isn't she? Can't you hear her? Now that damned voice will be silenced forever! Miserable Hampton witch, your race is finished!
Stephen, I can't stand it!
I'm tired of this, Steven. I'm tired of always living on the edge.
A long sleep.
Stephen, let me go.
That will be without any more dreams.
I had to force that one. I've still got one more. I don't know if I'll be able to get it in. It's too specific. I'm sure you know what it is. Who is it? Oh, is that? Oh, that's the doctor from here. Dude looks like a lady. That's the other one. I really had to get it in there. I don't think I was going to get any other opportunity. So many good Aerosmith jokes, though. Let's appreciate that tonight. We got this movie gave us that. You got my other two. I gave them to you, Alana. That's all you really need. If you can't stay awake anymore, you made it to my other two Aerosmith jokes. I mean, this villa that they're filming in was used as a location. It's still used as a location for movies to this day. The Sydney Sweeney nun horror movie Immaculate that came out last year, that was filmed in this villa. Andy Warhol's Dracula was filmed at this villa. So that's pretty wild. And the zombie movie Burial Ground, which I haven't seen, but I know it's the one where they hired a little person to play a child, and it's very
It will still
uncanny.
take a couple of hours. I'm going up to prepare everything for the journey. You stay still.
I do love that his name is Derek. Derek is just such a... I don't know, it's kind of a funny name. Is that 2 hearts? Yep, on a knife. Nice. Ooh, cool. Oh. Oh my gosh, what is going on right now? They're so... What? What's happening?
Stephen.
He's just going right through. Oh man, the ultimate showdown. He can't resist her, even in ghostly form.
Yes, Stephen. It's my flesh you're touching. The flesh you thought you destroyed. But you can't destroy flesh any more than you can love or hate. It's all the same thing.
What do you want? I punished you for your crime.
No. You gave me extreme pleasure.
What?
You taught me the pleasure of the torment of the flesh, which turns into ecstasy. Yes, Stephen. That passes through life into death and receives eternity. Now I'm going to reward you with that same pleasure.
That is wild. Okay. I mean, he's definitely gonna be into that. Come on. Steven is definitely a fucking masochist. Let's not kid ourselves.
Stephen.
All right, guy. Steven's back together with Muriel. I'm gonna take what's mine. Jesus. Oh, Stephen. You're gonna get your just desserts.
Stephen.
He doesn't look
I'll
afraid.
stay with you with my body and my senses until someone comes and destroys my heart.
Snap his neck. You got him right there. Good makeup. Oh, she got him in the trick chair. Hell yeah.
Scream, Stephen. Curse. Beg. Yes. Now I've got your body and your monstrous soul, if there is any such thing in your damn being. It's my moment now.
The dubbing, you gotta love it. Damn, he went up quick, huh? Is she? Yep. Oh, wow. Poor Solange. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Nice. I like that. Damn. I guess so, Alana. I guess so. I like that. I like all that smoke. What? I don't understand. How is he, like, there physically? I mean, I guess she was there physically to be able to burn Steven alive. But still. That's great. Oh no, their hearts? Oh, they're gone. Makes sense. Yep, that's good. Yeah, Alana, that would be a good one for sure. No doubt about that. Her and Derek running off into the rain set.
Don't worry, Jenny. Now all of your nightmares are over and done with forever.
I don't know about that guy. Maybe they are. Wow. My goodness gracious. I accidentally clicked the button. I usually let the credits roll. I'm not the kind of person to skip through the credits. Hold on, wait. I can go back. What am I doing? We're gonna finish. That's what we do. We don't skip on credits here. We're respectful. We like to be respectful. Yes, Kathy, there was a lot going on there at the end. That was it. Okay. So that was the exciting conclusion of Nightmare Castle. And yes, Kathy, I absolutely agree. A lot, like, I thought it was in the last 5 minutes, like 10 minutes ago, right? Like, it was and this is the kind of the general thing about this movie is that it was like kind of slow in some spots. Like I can see why there's a version of this that's 30 minutes shorter. And maybe I should have gone with that. Maybe next time if I'm faced with that kind of an option, I'll go. And I don't know, maybe the copyright claims it'll be different. But suffice to say, I mean, we're going to watch this movie at some point. And I'm glad, honestly, I'm glad that this is the introduction to Barbara Steele because I know that, I'm pretty sure the one that we were going to watch, The Ghost, that one looks really good. So this one just gets my hopes up more because it wasn't bad. Like, yeah, there was a lot going on at the end, like enough to keep you awake, right, Alana? But I mean, still, there was enough there that you're just like, okay, like you can kind of predict where it's going to go. that doesn't, negate the beautiful images, and I love kind of taking all that in. But an American distributor, yeah, they're gonna cut 30 minutes out of that. They're gonna find 30 minutes to cut it from ambientness. So yeah, and that's the thing, Alana. Like that was my initial plan. We'll just watch The Ghost on Twitch. I'll let everybody know that it's going to be a Twitch only episode, whatever. I wanted to ride the momentum of the raid from last week and keep everybody engaged. So I thought, well, let's find another Barbara Steele movie that should be okay to stream. I was wrong, clearly. So, it's, we'll see. Next week's film, not to get off of Nightmare Castle too early, and I won't. I'll kind of summarize my thoughts about this movie and just saying that I think that clearly it's Barbara Steele is the centerpiece here, right? And she did her job really well. I mean, again, dubbing aside, like that's neither here nor there. I think the beauty of these Italian horror movies is that, and any like international horror movie, is you're making it with the idea that I'm not really too focused on the dialogue, because internationally it's all going to be different. What am I like giving the audience in terms of like, visceralness? And I think that they, just all the Italian films, there's one image that burns in your brain, and anyone with Barbara Steele, it's just her, right? Like at the end when Muriel manifested and her hair was like covering up the gross half of her face, and then she showed the gross half of her face. Like I loved that. That was like a great kind of build up, and that's an image that's going to stay with me. And so I think that's kind of half of it, is that I think that's why Barbara Steele was kind of unsatisfied, because she didn't want to be viewed as just like a puppet, somebody else's voice saying the words and just her basically miming all this stuff. Like, that's not the career that she signed up for. But again, it's just the movies in and of themselves they set up some striking images, and whether it's a person or it's the set design or the location, like the villa in tonight's film, there's just so much that's contributing to these films, like being bigger than the budget that they're made on. And that's what the beauty of watching them. So, I agree, Alana. YouTube is just a wet blanket. And again, it's not technically YouTube. It's just the system that YouTube uses in order to not be subjected to legal action, which is the whole safe harbor thing where, DCMA, they just leave it up to claimants and the parties to resolve the issues, and they just they facilitate that, but they don't get involved in it. And so, Content ID, it does kind of work the same way where people submit their content to Content ID and it just accepts it more or less. And I think if YouTube gets enough people complaining, then they'll, like White Zombie, I used to not be able to show live. Now I can show it live. Plan 9, same way. Used to not be able to show it live. I can show it live now. I think if enough people try to use it and then use the public domain argument, eventually YouTube puts it in to say this is public domain, but it doesn't work like that exclusively for things. And so we find ourselves in situations like tonight, but it's okay That's what this show is all about, is navigating these waters. This is why we do it. I don't let these things discourage me. And, you know, next week, hey, you guys are my core that are here tonight. I mean, Kathy, Alana, and there's somebody else that's watching. And hey, I'm glad you're here. You don't need a chat. But it's really, you know, it's all part of the fun of it. And the fact that I've got a core that is sticking by me and, you know, braving those storms too. That's what it's all about. So we're going to keep on doing it. And next week is no exception. And I think we'll be good next week on YouTube. I think we'll be all right. Fingers crossed. Next week, we've got we're going back now to the late 30s Hollywood for kind of a late entry from a filmmaker we've seen a couple films from before. One big horror hit, White Zombie, the director Victor Halperin, and the film is Torture Ship. Great title, right? Torture Ship. And it does, I mean, that title is like what it is. It's a mad scientist thriller, kind of sci-fi, I guess. Now, you know, I mean, Victor Halperin, his credits he did other horror films outside of White Zombie, and we've seen Revolt of the Zombies, which was not very good. But hey, right, as Kathy says, you gotta love a mad scientist, and I love mad scientists. Love mad scientist movies, and this one's about a mad scientist performing experiments on his own private ship. So from 1939, that's like a cool, like I'm kind of working on something like that now. Don't mum's the word on that. I mean, people kind of know it, but it's not quite that. But that's an interesting idea for 1939, right? So, very excited for that next week, and it's going to be a shorter film next week. So, join us for that, whichever day it is. Okay, good. That's good to know. Should be fun. And of course, tomorrow I'll be back on YouTube with another Saturday Night Shocker. But I had a lot of fun tonight, and I hope you guys did too. Again, YouTube stuff aside. And we'll be back on YouTube tomorrow and next week. And until then, sweet screams, everybody.